Hey you guys, She Writes Well Too, back with another blog. So boom, I don't normally like to be the one that, talks about all the trendy issues unless I feel like it relates to me or something I'm talking about on a deeper level. But I was like, what the hell, you know what I mean? I need to start being a little bit more current. And so in today's episode of LightSkin Pass, that's really actually something I'm going to start. And if you don't know what a LightSkin Pass is, it's just something that's been set up in the black community as far as to do with colorism, as far as dark-skinned people usually being the undesirables and light-skinned people or biracial people tend to be being the most desired of the set. A light-skin pass is just where you give people a pass to otherwise have bad behavior as far as being liars or cheaters or just overall skanky or just overall bad people. Well, nonetheless, how a light skin pass works, once you throw that card down, it's kind of like all your sins are forgiven. You know what I mean? It kind of acts like the way that the Pope works as far as in the Catholic community. But nonetheless, in today's episode of Light Skin Pass, I want to give one to Miss Nicole Murphy. And I know this is going to make a lot of people upset, or it may not, but I'm just saying what you guys are thinking because, I have that black telepathy thing, so I feel you, girl, I feel you. But nonetheless, Nicole Murphy, a lot of people recently are like in an uproar because they feel like apparently Nicole Murphy is being her usual, thotty self, basically being the grown-up Amber Rose and messing around with married men. But look, this is nothing new. Recently, she's been doing it with one of my favorite actresses from Waiting to Exhale. And if you haven't seen that movie, that was the Leela James character. She's brown skinned, slim lady, very attractive. One of more of the softer roles in the movie, more of one of the more timid characters. But nonetheless, so Leela's married to this whole man. His whole director is a billionaire, whatever. They all are, okay? And if he's a black man with money, of course he's going to cheat. I mean, black men that are broke still cheat. So imagine that being a self-esteem boost for a broke guy. Excuse me. But nonetheless, so basically Nicole went on this quote-unquote vacation to Italy, and they just so happened to run into each other. But instead of running into each other with, high fives and embraces, somehow their lips just, apparently magnetized and met each other's. So everyone is looking at the situation like, oh my God, I feel so sorry for Leela because, this rich black man cheated on her because he has access to, attractive black women, attractive white women, and attractive biracial. So I'm just totally thrown off guard and I couldn't expect this to ever happen. Let's get real, black people, okay? Men are going to cheat regardless. Most black men are going to cheat if it's available, if they have the opportunity, if they feel like they can do it without you finding out about it. And women cheat too. But this is the thing that people are so upset as far as Nicole goes, is because they just feel like it's so scandalous and oh my God. And I just want to remind everyone, okay, Nicole Murphy being like the grown-up version of Amber Rose that she is, which if you look at their lifestyles is very similar. Listen, her being biracial, I'm not 100% sure what the mix is. I think that her mother is white or something like that, and there may be a black father in there. But nonetheless, that black side, is loyal, but that white side speaks 1,000 times louder than that black side. And we already know this, whether we say it or not. White women generally are not the most loyal, okay? They definitely practice hypergamy, which black women don't tend to practice for some reason now. I don't know. I guess I just got hit in the head with the rock and am starting to practice it myself because I see at 32 what's really going out here in these dating streets. But nonetheless, white women in general really aren't that loyal. I mean, yeah, she gets a light skin pass because, again, she's biracial, she's very statuesque, she has a nice body. I mean, she's been linked to other celebrity men. So sad to say, but it's kind of like she's a popular jump off. Now, if a black woman had this same behavior, and I mean black woman as in black versus skin tone, if a darker woman would have had the same exact tendency, somebody maybe a Kenya Moore shade or something like that, or a Lex Weck shade, this just wouldn't be allowed. Like, if Naomi Campbell was doing this, we'd all frown upon her because we look at her as like, she's a black woman that has a career and she prides herself on, having a great reputation and people taking her seriously. But I mean, Nicole Murphy at one point was actually married to Eddie Murphy, so smart for her. She had all those children and made sure she definitely got the bag, much like Shaunie O'Neal. But no shade to that. Go ahead, girlfriend. But nonetheless, Nicole Murphy just gets a pass on being, a hoe or having hoish tendencies, allegedly, because she's biracial, period. Men like attractive women, and they definitely like pretty hoes. So if you put that combination together, compiled with her being racially ambiguous, which is, one step above the light-skinned woman, is, a biracial woman. So it's like a win-win situation. She doesn't take any of these men seriously. She probably was married to Eddie Murphy for whatever time she was faithful, for whatever the situation, and he probably cheated on her. So, you know what I mean? More than likely, this is just a woman scorn situation. She stopped focusing on love after she had all those children, and then she just became, like I said, like Amber Rose, she just became that let me have fun because these men ain't shit anyway. And she probably said these niggas ain't shit anyway, which, we don't really like other races as women to say that. Only black women are allowed to say that. But nonetheless, just to bring up Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray is another very pretty, attractive black woman who happens to be light-skinned, and she's been our, reigning light-skinned princess in the black community for eons and eons of time, okay? But again, someone like Nicole Murphy even allegedly was, messing with her husband, and that just seems to be her track record. But again, even though Lisa Ray is pretty and light-skinned, she does not trump the fact that Nicole Murphy is racially ambiguous. So even with the light-skinned black woman, if her mentality is still on that let me cape for a black man type situation, you still are going to end up losing, okay? So I just wanted to say that people shouldn't be surprised, because Nicole Murphy is going to do what most typical white women do. They stay with a man, and a black one at that, long enough just to gain his trust so he can, spend a couple dollars on them or make sure their life is set up a certain way. In her mind, married men might be the best option because why? She doesn't value commitment. They clearly don't value commitment. So seems like to me, two hoes belong together. So I really don't see everyone's uproar. But nonetheless, this is She Writes Well Too. And I just wanted to say that Nicole Murphy will continue to get a light skin pass, okay? Because her body is very nice. She's statuesque, and she's pretty much awesome looking, I guess, racially ambiguous, basically white woman. She kind of has that Kylie Jenner effect going on, where she's like white, but aesthetically she looks more on the ethnic side, but not too ethnic that it'll offend white people. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, this is She Writes Well Too. I'm signing off, and listen, you guys, people have to understand that at the end of the day, men like hoes, okay? They just do. They like hoes. They like easy women. They like to go in the way of the current, which is the path of least resistance, okay? And if you're a hoe, you're already easy. But if you're a pretty hoe and you're a racially ambiguous hoe, that's even better. Because now I can do whatever I want with your body. I can hang out with you. You'll chill. When I take you around other black women, they're going to be jealous. And I can also take you around my other white friends because your primary parent is probably white. So you don't offend white people. All right? So this is She Writes Well Too. And this is episode 1 of Light Skin Pass. And again, black people, don't be surprised. Hoes do what hoes do. And again, men like pretty and they like hoes. So if you put that together, seems like peanut butter and jelly. I'm signing out.